Makueni County. The restive county is over 100 miles away from the capital Nairobi, but growing demand for resources in the region has turned it into an important business hub. Sand harvesting is a booming enterprise here. Lorries excavating sand run almost on a 24-hour cycle to supply the crucial building ingredients. Many rivers in this region have run dry, with huge protruding rocks capturing the worsening aftermath. A few kilometers into Ote, we come across this local where sand harvesting is the only source of income for local families. For the likes of Benson Muli Ilovi, shoveling the ground to scoop the sand is the only source of hope for his survival. Oblivious of the environmental damage that his quest to have food on the table leaves behind.
Wacha kusema hivyo nje angalau ndio unaona hiyo watu wanala. Tunatoa chakula hapa. Na ndivyo tukasema hatuwezi tusiwe tukakubali kusimba ile masimo ya kuingia mtu anavunjika mguu. Tuende na level moja.
Like any big money black market, illegal sand trade incites violence.
Hata ukiadhirika namna gani ama hiyo road zikiingizwa kwa shamba yako, upige simu ama uende report. Saa hiyo kiripoti, ukienda hapo polisi Sultan, uripoti kama kuna watu wameingiza maroli kwa shamba yako na huku wapatie idhini wa kuingia hapo. Nasikia unaandikisha kila kitu. Ukanyanga hapo nje,
unapigiwa simu.
Unasikia mtu ako hapa kwa mto anakuuliza, "Ai, umemaliza?" Sasa ile kitu kimefanya watu wakakuwa na msukumo wa hali ya juu, ni ile madharau tumeoneshwa na serikali.
But the constant excavation of sand continues to threatening the environment.
This is not about individual counties, it's about the national government putting in policies which will control sand harvesting. Because we know we will still have sand for construction. But if we are able to control the harvesting and manage the way the sand is being harvested, I think it will benefit the communities and again benefits those who are harvesting the sand.
In efforts to avert a looming environment disaster in a county where water scarcity bites, the county government, relevant ministry and agencies had to enforce laws to regulate sand harvesting.
We didn't have a window for beneficial use beyond the county because we were still afraid of the return of the cartels. But we had thought that the first step is to secure the resource so that there is conservation. But then within the law, there was also the aspect of now using that sand in a sustainable way. And that's where we are because we have a lot of it now and there are many uses for it.
Sand Conservation and Utilization Director at Makueni County, Halinish Yusuf, notes that the Sand Conservation Authority streamlined harvesting of sand and outlined the demand pattern of sand.
Over the period of existence, the Sand Authority, of course, has started collecting its own revenue from regulation of sand activities. And this is money that, according to the Act, 50% actually goes back into conservation work. It has been ring-fenced for restoration activities, and so that has boosted the budget, adding up onto what is coming from the county government, and so we're able to do more sand dams. We're able to regulate sand harvesting because that's also a cost in enforcing, in designating sites, in monitoring, and these two combined. And also reaching out to the development partners.
Kasikeo residents narrate the impact of sand harvesting and how it morphed into a black market where some have lost their lives.
Walikuwa mtu anaenda soko ya Kasikeo, wanakaa huko na wakikaa kama mtu anakaa usiku ikija, walikuwa wanaingililia kwa kichaka. Ndio mtu arudi nyumbani usiku. Hawezi akapitia huku kwa njia. Kwa vile akipitia njia anaweza akaonekana na hao maandui.
In December, 2017, the Ministry of Mining banned commercial sand excavation in Makueni County and deployed inspectors to audit quarries and sand harvesting sites. But as of now, the environment is a bit forgiving in Makueni County. The dry rivers that were endangered by the trend are now flowing.
Hiyo ni kama uone mwenzako anaendelea mzuri na wewe uendelee, itabidi sasa ujue huyu mbana nini alifanya ndio hapa aendelee mzuri. Sasa utaingia kwa nini yake. Wengi walikumbali chenye walisomeshwa na wakaanza kutunza mito. Mpaka changarao ikawa, maji ikawa na wakakreate improvement.
Through education and sensitization, the locals who are stroking disaster are now part of the solution.
Okay, sasa tunaweza ona benefits zake from another perspective. Juu imesaidia ku retain maji. Maji tunaweza weka kwa kulima, na kwa kulima kuna faida zaidi hata kuliko hapa mbeleni venye tulikuwa tunachota mchanga.
According to a recent report by the United Nations Environment Program UNEP, sand is the second most exploited resource after water. The report further states that globally, 50 billion tons of sand and gravel are harvested a year. Mariam Jahid, K24.